Okay, right. So when you catch the opponent standing, you get certain hits with Lily. You can get, like, these, late DP hits. Like so, where it hits, it's easier to do with wind, but it makes them hit a meteor, hit. With wind, it's very variable. It, can add about, like, anywhere from 1 to 4 or 5 extra frames to the advantage afterwards, or somewhere around there. Anyways, so right. So some of the knockdowns that I've talked about, where you can get wind stocks, and you can get meaty wind stocks, like right after you get level 1 super in the corner, you can do heavy wind stock. And it hits meaty like that, so it's only -5 on block and it's safe to DI. There's a couple variants. It's a bit difficult to get into wind stock if you have no wind just from lights without level 1. You can do this, which will get you plus frames. But if you want to go do something that will get you into a wind stock without necessarily... Okay, one thing that you can do is if you do that, if they're standing, so it goes from heavy DP, which is normally plus 37. If you do that, which hits late, this only works if they're standing, you get to plus 41, which means you can whiff EX stock, the hold version, which is 40 frames, and be plus 1 afterwards, which costs 2 bars. Or, if you're plus 41, which is also the advantage you'd be if you do heavy DP, heavy wind DP, to end any of your combos or any confirms like that. You can do whiff crouch light punch and then medium wind stock, and it will hit meaty, so you'll get a safe or relatively safe. Only loses to, you know, perfect parry or whatever. And also, another thing you can do is anytime you land the light DP, instead, if you go down to 36 frames instead of 37, which you would get off of heavy DP, if you do the light DP, you can do drive rush medium wind stock, and you can also get a perfect meaty for the, you know, to get your win. More interestingly is what you can do with once you have wind, and you can do this mid-screen, you can do this wherever, is your fucking safe jump option. So if you get to plus 44, that's your safe jump with Lily. That safe jumps everything, except for Lily. Lily's the only character that can beat true safe jumps. But, yeah, against most of the cast, safe jump. Lily being a grappler, I feel like safe jumps have an extra advantage with a character with a high damage command throw. If they try to perfect parry your jump in, which won't even punish it anyways, but this will allow Lily to consistently be able to rob the opponent of drive gauge, because they have to consistently block your jumping heavy punch or heavy kick and anything you do afterwards. So if you do that into fierce, that's a true block string. They have to block that, which means that they lose a full drive gauge on block. And then there's a variety of things you can do depending on what level of risk you want to associate. You can, you know, threaten with empty jump command throw. If you empty jump, you'll be -3. So the opponent can technically do a delay jab, so block the jump in, but then jab on the wake up. However, Lily, most of the time, like, that's one of those constant things where in fighting games where it is an option that people can always do. They will be lazy about it. This is one of those option selects that's exhausting to do every single time the situation comes up. Mostly, I think you can get away with doing this. Just get away with doing empty jump command throw after conditioning them with the safe jump. But if they do, I wouldn't recommend this most of the time. It's probably not the numbers for the risk reward don't really make too much sense to do this. But if you do a delay, if you delay and do a dive, a condor dive in the air as late as possible, that will put enough of a stutter that it will punish and whiff punish their delay jab. If they're on the ground, they hit the timing, you can't see it, it just covers that option. So if they do a delay jab or a delay jump out, that will catch them. Now after they block this on the back tick and mid screen, you're plus 11, so you can true block string into stand fierce. Cannot true block string into crouch fierce from this distance. It hits on the second hit, which only hits on frame 12. You could true block string into low forward if you wanted to. I haven't tested this with Classic because I don't play Classic, but I'm sure you could do something with stand medium kick as well here. So if you wanted this to be truly tight and then like take as much of the guaranteed drive gauge as possible, you can do that, and then you're plus 2, you get your mix up afterwards. And then you eat away at their drive gauge. Anyways, yeah, I think safe jumps are good for a grappler archetype in this game. So, a number of places where you can get into this late hit, and remember, this is only if you catch the opponent standing. It whiffs on crouching. All this shit whiffs on crouching. So if you catch the opponent standing, you can do stand short, stand jab, and go into it. This one's pretty easy to go into, in all honesty. Any drive rush thing that you go into, you can go into drive rush, crouch fierce, and then you can do stand short, stand jab, DP. If you catch them with drive rush, back fierce, you can do that. You can probably get something else in Classic. I haven't really labbed, like I said. Anytime you get, if you use this, you can get drive rush. Off of drive rush, crouch strong, you can of course just get stand short, stand jab. Plus 44. After block count 1, you can get that. So after they block that and they're at the you're at the plus 1. If you catch them, you can do that for the safe jump. Right. And then after that, my only other note that I have for another piece of tech is off of command grab, you can get a wind stock with light wind, but it will be minus 19. And at this distance, after this knockdown, there are 3 characters who can punish this on reaction on their wake up. And those are JP with his level 3, Cammy level 3, and Aki heavy punch version of her level 2. Those are the characters that could theoretically punish on reaction if you do too much command grab wind stock and the opponent has an idea of what they're doing. I think that's it. I think that's it for now. Okay, yep.